Hello, I'm your friend, Teacher Sam. Today we're going to embark on an exciting journey into the world of the English language. Our focus, making long sentences. Now you might wonder, why should we bother making long sentences? Isn't it easier to stick to short and simple ones? Well, while short sentences are great for clarity, long sentences allow us to express complex ideas and add more flavor to our conversations. They can make our writing more sophisticated and our speaking more engaging. Throughout this video, we will delve into the basics of crafting long sentences, adding details to enrich them, and combining different thoughts into one sentence. We'll explore examples, and I'll provide explanations to make the process as clear as possible. So, buckle up for an enlightening ride into the depths of English sentence construction. By the end of this video, you will be able to make long sentences in English with ease. To make long sentences, you first need to understand the basics of sentence construction. So let's begin. The English language operates on a fundamental structure: the subject, verb, and object, often abbreviated to SVO. The subject is the doer or the actor in the sentence. The verb is the action that the subject is performing. And the object, well, that's what the action is being done to. Consider the simple sentence, Sam eats apples. Sam is our subject, the one carrying out the action. Eats is the verb, the action itself. And apples, that's the object, the recipient of the action. Now, suppose we want to elaborate a bit more. We can add an adjective to describe the object. An adjective is a word that describes or modifies a noun. So our sentence can become, Sam eats juicy apples. Here, juicy is the adjective, giving us more information about the apples that Sam is eating. We can also add an adverb to describe the verb. An adverb modifies a verb, an adjective, or other adverbs. It describes how, when, where, and why the action occurs. So our sentence could become, Sam quickly eats juicy apples. In this case, quickly is the adverb, telling us how Sam is eating the apples. Let's not forget about the importance of prepositional phrases. A preposition connects a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase to some other part of the sentence. They often describe locations, directions, time, and manner. For instance, Sam quickly eats juicy apples in the park. Here, in the park, is a prepositional phrase giving us more context about where the action is happening. Remember, practice makes perfect. Start by writing simple sentences with a clear subject, verb, and object. Then begin incorporating adjectives, adverbs, and prepositional phrases. With a firm grasp of these basics, you're ready to start making longer sentences. One of the easiest ways to lengthen your sentences is by adding details. Now let's dive into the heart of our lesson. Adding details. Details in a sentence can be incorporated using adjectives, adverbs, and prepositional phrases. But what does that mean exactly? Adjectives, to start with, are words that describe or modify another person or thing in the sentence. For instance, instead of saying, I have a dog, you could say, I have a large, playful brown dog. Notice how the sentence becomes more vivid and engaging with the addition of large, playful, and brown, which are all adjectives. Moving on to adverbs, these are words that modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. They often tell us how, when, where, why, or to what extent something happens or is done. Let's take a simple sentence. She sings. Add an adverb and it becomes, she sings beautifully. The word beautifully here gives us more information about how she sings, thus extending and enriching the sentence. Finally, we have prepositional phrases. These are a group of words that begin with a preposition and end with a noun or pronoun. They can indicate time, location, direction, and more. For example, the sentence, he read a book, can be extended to, he read a book on the cozy couch under the warm sunlight. Here, on the cozy couch, and under the warm sunlight are prepositional phrases, adding more depth and imagery to the sentence. So by adding adjectives, adverbs, and prepositional phrases, we can transform a simple sentence into a detailed, expressive one. The girl dances can become, the young girl dances gracefully in the spacious, brightly lit room to the rhythm of the enchanting music. See the difference? Remember, it's not just about making sentences longer, it's about adding value and meaning to your words. By incorporating these elements, you're not only extending your sentences but also making them more engaging, more vivid, and more expressive. Adding details not only makes your sentences longer, but also more interesting. Another way to make long sentences is by combining shorter ones. Now let's talk about how to combine sentences. This is an excellent strategy to create longer, more complex sentences, allowing you to express more detailed and intricate ideas. It's like building a bridge between two ideas, creating a smooth flow of information. Let's start with conjunctions. Conjunctions are words that link together parts of a sentence. They're like the glue that holds the sentence together. Examples include and, but, or, so, and yet. Let's take two simple sentences. I love to read and I love to write. We can combine these using a conjunction. I love to read and I love to write. Just like that, we've created a longer, more detailed sentence. Next, let's talk about relative clauses. These are clauses that give extra information about something mentioned in the sentence. They usually start with words like who, which, that, whose, where, and when. For example, let's take these two sentences. I met a man, and he lives in New York. We can combine these using a relative clause. I met a man who lives in New York. Again, we've created a longer sentence, full of rich detail. Finally, let's discuss semicolons. Semicolons are like supercommas. They can be used to link two closely related sentences together. For instance, she loves pizza, it's her favorite food. Here, the semicolon combines two related sentences into one. Remember, combining sentences isn't just about making them longer. It's also about improving the flow and clarity of your writing. It helps you express complex ideas and relationships more effectively. Let's recap. We can combine sentences using conjunctions, relative clauses, and semicolons. Each method offers a different way to add detail and depth to your sentences, making your speech or writing more engaging and expressive. Combining sentences allows you to express complex ideas in a single sentence. And that, my friends, is the beauty of the English language. Let's recap what we've learned today. We started with the basics, where we learned the importance of understanding the structure of simple sentences in English. This foundation is crucial as it helps us build longer, more complex sentences later on. Next, we delved into adding details. We learned to expand our sentences by incorporating adjectives, adverbs, and prepositional phrases. These details add depth and color to our sentences, making them more interesting and engaging. Then, we tackled combining sentences. By joining simple sentences together, we can create longer sentences that express complex ideas. We discussed several methods to do this, including the use of conjunctions, relative clauses, and semicolons. Throughout our journey, one message stayed consistent: the importance of practice. Like any skill, mastering the art of making long sentences in English requires consistent practice. So don't be disheartened if it seems tough at first. Keep practicing, and you'll soon find yourself making long sentences with ease. I'm Teacher Sam, and it was a pleasure helping you with your English today.